have received a few questions of people asking, how do you water your plants? So today I'm just going to show you what I do. This is not the way to do it, this is just how I do it. Bottom watering is probably the method that I like to use the most when it comes to watering my seedlings indoors. In my experience, it takes a little bit more time than just adding water on the top of your seedlings, but I feel like the plants get plenty of water that way, and also I don't run the risk of adding water to the leaves, which can create problems eventually if the leaves stay wet for a lot of the times. So bottom watering is one of the things that I just love to do. And what I do is that I make sure that I add plenty of water to my trays, enough to fill the bottom trays. And I will probably have to do this one more time, maybe even a third time, depending how dry the seedlings are. And I allow the water to be absorbed plenty before I add any more water. And normally I start with one tray and I add a little bit of water, and then I move to the next tray and on, and then I just repeat the process until I know that my seedlings have absorbed plenty of water. And sometimes when I don't have enough time to bottom water and I know that my seedlings need some water, I just add a little bit on the top, just enough so that they are not suffering. And the next day I will come back and do the watering from the bottom again. Watering soil blocks is just a little bit different in my opinion. These guys right here are definitely a little bit dry. They need a little bit of a drink, and it helps when you have your soil blocks with spaces in between them. When I have been making this in my past videos, I make sure to say leave space in between them so that when you water, the water can just run through. And how much water do I add? Just a little bit at a time. Very gently, I let the water run through, and again I am doing this very, very gently. I am not just throwing the water in there all at once. I allow the water to just run through the spaces in between the blocks. And again, I add a little bit at a time. What I have found is that when you water your very, very tiny 3/4 inch soil blocks, if you have trays with extra water, you can easily till those, get the water out of the trays. But these guys are heavy, and I will be really, really worried to try to get water out of the trays. So I add a little bit, just a little bit. Maybe I will say for this case, maybe I am adding a cup here at once, and then I'll come back and look at them. And as I am adding the water, as I see where the water is collecting, I am moving the tray just a little bit gently to move the water to guide it where it needs to go in between the rest of the soil blocks. And again, I will add the water, I will let it stay there, and I'll come back here in a few minutes to see if I need to add any more water or if I just let them be. Sometimes I water the trays right on the shelving units, and sometimes I just take them out just to control it better. Oh, there is an extra block here with nothing on it. So I am very gently going to be adding the water on the sides, and very, very gently I am going to let the water run through in between the soil blocks. Again, just add a little bit at the time. Somebody mentioned that once you water soil blocks enough, then you'll kind of get an idea how much water they need. I am very new to soil blocks. I just started doing them this year, and so far so good. You can tell the water is almost gone and not even half of the blocks have been getting any, so I'm adding just a little bit more. And if I need the water to go to a corner or somewhere where the water is just not going, I just help a little bit. Again, it just takes a little bit of time. It's different than watering containers. You want to make sure that every little corner gets soaked of the soil blocks. And if you're wondering, I am using regular tap water, city water. I am not using any specific kind of water. These seedlings are not going to get baby as far as the water goes because they're going to get rainwater pretty soon. So, and you can tell how the color of the soil blocks changes once they're wet and once they're dry. You can see that these soil blocks are almost completely covered in water. They're almost completely soaked in water all the way to the top. So I'm just going to let that water stay there for a few more minutes before I decide to add any more. So over here, I noticed that these guys right here are completely soaked in water. But these guys over here just need just a tiny bit more. And sometimes, please don't laugh because I'm going to show you something that I do even when my trays are on the shelves. I just add a little bit of water. And because I need the water to be more on this side of the tray, I just gently bump it up so that the water just kind of goes that way. And what I'm using is just my regular masking tape that I have been using for labeling the plants. Depending how much I want to push the water to one side, I might use 1 or 2 just to give me a little bit of height on one side to push the water to go all the way to the other side. Again, please don't judge. And I think that's plenty of water. I'm going to let all of that water, just a little bit more here. I'm going to let all of this water be absorbed by these guys over here, and then I'm going to move this, and I'm going to move the tray back to its place. I have a mess here. So thank you for being here, and until the next video.